Hello, my fellow FOAs. So they dropped their choreography video for Pinocchio. So it's interesting because instead of it saying like dance practice, it's choreography. So I guess maybe it's like them either like after they finalized it and like finally like practiced it a couple times, and this is like the finalized version of it before they ended up shooting the MV and all that. But I'm also like curious to see like because this is a new different location instead of it being. I think it's gonna be more so like not like a fancy like where they follow them around. It's just gonna be like an outward shot of it instead of just actually focusing on like the bigger picture of it. And with the rustic, I feel like this warehouse wherever they ended, or practice room wherever they shot this, is very like it's interesting because it's something different from just seeing them in their dance practice room, and kind of seeing a different like setting, and then it looks a little bit like more rustic, kind of like with the vibe of the whole album and stuff like that. But we're just gonna go ahead and watch, y'all. Like I said, their backs, y'all. Like, bless their backs. Because that is not easy to do that. I wonder if that's actually. I know it's supposed to look like a house, but I wonder if that's actually supposed to be like a ship sailing. Because of the swaying. Also, they clearly had a dress code for this because they're all wearing like dark colors. Yeah, there's the like ripple of them like moving, their heads moving to the side. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's supposed to be a puppet being controlled because of the arms and like this. Also, I never mentioned. I know I mentioned this, but like I didn't mention how they like do this and then like talk, like point to the heart, like as in like digging into like the heart and like the feelings that you hide. No. I. Ah! Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention to JL's like facials. I was too busy like focusing on the whole like choreos like, thing. But like he over here biting his lip. What the heck was that? Okay, come on, Woongi. I didn't even realize they like held hands whenever spring forward. I feel like this choreo version like makes it seem a lot more, because I know the choreo is intense, but it just seems more intense in this video than it did with me just watching their first stage. But like I said, it seems like they're a little bit more comfortable, and they're just kind of going with the flow, because I feel like there are moments when it should be like powerful, but then there are moments where it needs to be like softer. So I feel like they kind of like Here it's like very much like sharp in a lot of moments. So I was like, oh my god, like. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it again. Also, like the waiting period of them starting the song. Like the footsteps, yo. Like. Also, I think it just sounds louder though too, cause like this space is like mostly empty, so like, the acoustics are like everything bounces off the walls. Yeah, I was like, that looks like a. Now I'm making a little bit more sense. I'm seeing a lot more stuff now too, looking at an outward shot of it. Yeah, I wonder how long ago this was when they filmed. Also, what I can't, I still haven't been able to pinpoint why like they do that part. Also, I'm really curious to know what the backstory of them adding the room in there. Like, why did they add that in there? Was it just like to add like a little ad lib or something like before his part? Also, it's crazy to think how I'm really curious to see like how long they took them to, or how many days they had to learn this time round, because I feel like this is a lot more detailed and harder than Rendezvous. So I I love the way Daisuke says that line though, because that's how I end up singing it that way too. Because I love how much he pronounces it. Like his tone just sounds so cute when he says it. I just realized they all had their like hand on their heart when they went down. Yeah, I didn't realize, like I said, they hold his hands whenever they do that. The way they just move as a unit for that part too, like, is insane. Wow. Yeah, that's why I'm just like so curious. I'm really excited to see like the behind the scenes of them learning the dance and then like them recording it. Because there are certain things where I'm just like, oh, like for the dance specifically, where I'm saying like, oh, like it's very detailed. So like, how long did it take for them, or like how long did they give them to be able to like learn it, and like how far back does this like their preparations for this go? Because obviously like we were like wondering like, oh, like when are they gonna do like a comeback? Because they just like they hinted at it, but then we're just like, oh, like they were still doing promotions for Rendezvous, and we're just like, oh, like are they preparing it like right now? Like what is the time frame, right? So it's gonna be very interesting, kind of like looking back in that way and being like, oh, so while they were doing all this other stuff, they were also like like working on this and like learning the dance and like using every bit of free time with between schedules and stuff like that to be able to learn it and like practice the song and stuff and be able to like record the songs and stuff like that. So it's yeah, I just when I think about that, it's like it always makes me like think, oh my god, like how tiring it is. Because like I said, this song was very like powerful with the vocals as well as like the choreo itself and it being very detailed. I feel like they probably I feel like max they probably had maybe like 5 or 6 days to learn it. I bet you. I bet you. Because the last time they only had like what, like 3 or 4 days or something like that. Which I'm like, okay, like makes sense because they try to like learn it and then they keep practicing until they film the MV. But like it's gonna be like the same situation with Rendezvous where they did that and then immediately right the days that they were learning the dance, like the day like within the 2 days after they finished learning it, they were already gonna be shooting the MV. Like it's gonna be the same way. Like that's what I always find it curious to see or like interesting to see about the whole behind the scenes aspect of the preparations and stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video and I shall see you in the next one.